Like most of our rides, this one kicked off on Saturday from the Yandina BP garage at 6:30 a.m. We had 7 riders along for the ride, and we'd spent a day scouting tracks for this year's Queensland Honda Rally event. The brilliant weather we'd had last week was continuing, although the forecast for today was 32 degrees. It was going to heat up, but early this morning there was a bit of fog about and it was nice and cool. On mornings like this, when the fog's about, it's really beautiful riding down Cedar Creek Road. Being the Easter weekend and a school break, there was a stack of campers out in the bush, but we did come across a fire that had not been put out, and that's not the right thing to do in this country. We made our way along Coonagibba Road and then turned left into Arakaria. That's the road we'd follow up towards the Greasy Tea. We turned off the Greasy Tea track left, and that takes us on a long downhill section back down towards the Coonagibba Road and Creek. I thought after the recent rains that this track might be scoured and in poor condition, but it was in relatively good condition, and it looks like it's ready to be included for the rally in a month's time. There's only a couple of relatively steep sections, the rest of it's easy riding, but you certainly wouldn't want to run into somebody coming up the other way. I suspect it goes for almost 2 or 3 kilometres downhill, and it never lets up. There's one small uphill section, but that's easily handled, and it is a great ride. It's a fun track. And being gravel or shale, it handles moisture pretty well. It's not as if it's going to get hugely slippery after rain. I think one of the guys had a little lie down on the way down, but as there's no photos or videos, it pretty much didn't happen. It's not as bad as I make it out, but I'd rather have people cautious rather than go, oh, it's nothing, and go flying it. Thanks. Once you reach the bottom, it's a left turn over Coonagibba Creek, and then we're back on Coonagibba Road, and we're heading east back towards the Arakaria turnoff. We then went via Breakneck over into Imbil, where we'd have an early lunch, get a bit of fuel top up, and then we'd head out Widgie way. The logging that has been taking place over the previous months looks to have been completed now. Most of the pine around Imbil is hoop pine, which is an indigenous native species. On the way into Imbil, we decided we'd turn off and take a couple of the enduro tracks that puts us a little bit closer to the township. The creek crossing scene here can usually be done pretty easily, but you have to check it out well. It can get very deep. After food and fuel in Imbil, we went through the Mellawandi forest area past the Mellawandi mill. The track that comes off the Ratton-Skandanga Connection Road and heads west towards the old gold mine was totally chocked with growth. We had to turn around after about 300 or 400 metres. This was to form part of the rally route on day 2, but I guess that's off now. We'll probably come in from the other end to the gold mine.
It gets a lot worse further in, so it's pointless. We'll be there for fucking hours trying to get through.
After a brief stop in Widgie for a drink and a rest, we headed off through Little Widgie and heading back towards Colborne. It's always a nice run through here. It takes you through to Wilson's Road, but you've always got to keep your eye out for stray cattle. There's a nice side track that comes off the left of the main road and takes you up to the top of the hill. It makes it a whole lot more interesting. There's a ride through a bit of rainforest here, and it sometimes gets very slippery underneath the tyres. And then there's some nice little shaly hill climbs out the other side. Takes you right up to the top where you start to drop down towards Colborne. One of the guys who really wanted to go up this track had a bit of a lay down on one of these little hill climbs. Again, there was no photos or video, but if I give you 3 letters, you might know who it is. How about we go with KTM? It had been a great day out. All the guys had a lot of fun. It was a fairly long day. We left at 6:30 a.m. and most of us would have got back home at about 4:30 p.m. It's always a great ride when everyone gets back in one piece. No damage to bikes. Maybe a little bit of pride hurt along the way, but if that's all that we experience, it's been a great day. There's some great side tracks on the way back too that eventually place you on the main road heading back into Colborne Road.
Sorry about the dust, mate, but
That's alright.
it is what it is.
Where am I going?
You've got young lungs, you'll be right. Same Bill. Thanks, mate.
Next one.
Fuck, mate, if that wasn't grey before, it certainly is now. I'll go past where we drop you anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'll stay right here, so because I know it'll happen, we'll all go fucking like this, you know. Yeah, pretty much. All right, mate.
right. Thank you.
Next time you want to go up some back tracks, fucking hang with us, will you? You know, like, fuck's sake. Good on you, mate. Nice to meet you, eh?
Yeah, good to meet you, Zane.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, thanks for that. It was a great ride.
If you want to come and bring some mates or something.
Yeah.
But there's only one rule, you've got to, I don't eat dust, you know. No, but yeah, if you ever see it.